Let's go through some of the biggest books being released in 2026. In January, we have A War of Wyverns by S.F. Williamson. This is the sequel to A Language of Dragons, and it'll be released on the 1st. Half His Age by Jeanette McCurdy, her first fiction book, released on the 20th, and Dear Debbie by Frida McFadden, released on the 27th. In February, we have The Isles of Ember Dark by Brandon Sanderson. This is a standalone book set within the Cosme universe, and it'll be released on the 3rd. A Dark Forgetting by Kristen Ciccarelli, released on the 12th, and Cleopatra by Sarah El Arifi, released on the 26th. In March, we have In Her Own League by Liz Tom Ford. This is a spin-off of the Windy City series, and it'll be released on the 3rd. In a Murata by Ava Reid on the 17th of March, and The Night We Met by Abby Jimenez, released on the 31st. In April, we have The Ending Writes Itself by Evelyn Clark, and this is actually a pseudonym for V. Schwab and Kat Clark, and it'll be released on the 7th. Release Me by Terrara Maffei. This is the second book in the Shatter Me, The New Republic series, and it'll be released on the 7th. And Happy Ending by Chloe Leese, which will be released on the 14th. In May, we have The Last Contract by Sacco by Fonda Lee, and this will be released on the 5th. The Ballad of Falling Dragons by Sarah A. Parker. This is the sequel to When the Moon Hatched, and it'll be released on the 19th. The Tapestry of Fate by Shannon Chakraborty. This is the sequel to The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi, and it'll be released on the 21st. In June, we have Light Wielder by Rachel Schneider. This is the sequel to Metal Slinger, released on the 11th. Songs of the Dead by Brandon Sanderson and Peter Arulian. This is the first in a new trilogy, released on the 16th. And The Someday Garden by Ashley Poston, also released on the 16th. In July, we have It Could Have Been Her by Lisa Jewell, released on the 2nd, and Prince of Swords by Elise Nova, the sequel to Arcana Academy, released on the 21st. In August, we have The Lion and the Deathless Dark by Carissa Broadbent. This is the 5th book in the Crowns of Nyaxia series, and it'll be released on the 4th. We have Embrace by Bal Cabra. This is the 4th book in the Off the Ice series, and it'll be released on the 4th. And Dance with Death by Brittany Arena, the sequel to A Dance of Lies, released on the 13th. September could be the biggest month so far. We have The Knave and the Moon by Rachel Gillig. This is the sequel to The Night and the Moth, and it's due to release on the 1st. Taipei Story by R.F. Kwong. This doesn't seem to have an official release date yet. They've just said autumn 2026, but it's currently listed as the 1st of September on Goodreads. And we have Grim Tidings by B.K. Borison. This is the sequel to Good Spirits, and it'll be released on the 15th. In October, we have Victorious by V. Schwab. This is the conclusion to the Villains trilogy, and it'll be released on the 6th. In November, we have Holy Monsters by Amani Eriyu. This is the 3rd book in the Heavenly Bodies series, and it'll be released on the 26th. And finally, in December, we have the Evermore Trilogy Book 2 by Julie Soto. This is the sequel to Rose in Chains, and it doesn't have a confirmed name yet, but it will be released on the 3rd. Let me tell you, this is just scratching the surface of all of the amazing releases coming in 2026. So look out for a part 2 with even more releases coming soon.